1943, when Italy surrendered in September, in 3rd September of 1943, when they surrendered, Nazis came, and Ljubljana was the only city in Europe which was completely surrounded by barbed wire. And for that reason it was never bombed, because at the end of the war it was liberated by partisans. You know, we got help, our partisans, they got help from allies, but in terms of medicines, weapons, but all the fighting we did it by ourselves. And here, all these trees on the left hand side, and there's actually a path. This path goes all around the city, and every 9th of May we have a marathon or all kinds of running, also for children, around the city, because this path is actually called the path of remembrance and comradeship. That guy, Luka Cech, who discovered it in 1818, he went there with his friends, and they were waiting for him at the entrance of the cave. And then he disappeared, and they got really worried because he didn't show up for like three hours, you know. They said, wow, something happened to him. After 3 hours he showed up and he said, I discovered underground heaven. And I'm pretty sure that you will agree with him. Most developed former Yugoslavian Republic. But we were under Tito, so that meant that it was a different socialism than under the Russian rule. For example, here we were allowed to travel. That meant, yes, we were living in a poor socialist country. I told you, my father had quite a good job, even though he never joined the Communist Party. We had quite a good apartment. Tomorrow, when we will be driving towards Austria, I will show you those classical socialist apartment blocks, and I will show you also the one in which I live. I live in an apartment block where socialist elite used to live, and in 1968 it already had a lift, which for but we are so glad when everything stopped and the treaty was signed, and we still have a celebration which is 25th of October, which is Sovereignty Day, which means that was the day when the last soldier of Yugoslavian National Army left the port of Koper, which is on the Slovenian coast, and they left for Serbia, actually for Montenegro, because Montenegro was under Serbia at that time. Now they're completely independent, but at those times they were still with Serbians. So war here was not that bad as opposed to Croatia, where I was actually, and here this part of Slovenia is completely isolated. I mean, medieval times, to get inside here into this territory, here in the month of January or December, it's so cold you can barely move, you know, really. I mean, the temperatures are right around 0 Fahrenheit, so quite cold. Except, Bill, what was the temperature in your country when you came here? Oh, it's warm. Okay. Well, here on this part of Slovenia it gets really cold. And in medieval times, that castle, besides being unconquerable, it was untrackable, you know, because here there weren't any roads. So, and in that castle lived our Robin Hood, Erasm Predjamski, which actually means Erasm of Predjama. His real name was Lugar, because he belonged to a really important noble family, and there were all males from that family were all big warriors. But Erasm Predjamski was real Robin Hood, because he treated really well his crew, you know, his warriors, who he led the attacks on the caravans, and they pillaged. They were attacking them, and they completely pillaged them and destroyed them. So until the governor of Trieste decided that he will hunt him down, and eventually they found them and besieged them, and siege of the castle.
This village.
Oh, it didn't work completely like that. In socialism, co-ops were like only here not, because here they're not producing a lot of corn or any kind of agricultural products. So for that reason, here on this side of Slovenia, that was not well developed. In Croatia and Serbia, they had way more that co-ops. But for example, on the seaside, fishermen, they were organized in cooperatives. So depends on the industry which prevails on a certain territory. Here we are. If you have some extra, I don't know, whatever you have, you can leave it on the bus, because we'll be using this bus all day long. And this big tree in front of us, it's a linden tree. It's supposed to be 500 years old, and they say that Erasm Predjamski is buried under this tree. So here we are.
Comes from the Slovenian word kras, denoting Postojna, bare landscape. Due to the characteristics and the great number of karst phenomena present in Slovenia, the word karst has become part of international scientific terminology. The River Puka has played a decisive part in the formation of this enormous web of underground passages. Before this point, the rock over which it flows is impermeable flysch, but here it encounters permeable limestone. For millennia upon millennia, it has been hollowing passages in limestone strata that formed when dinosaurs still roamed the earth, approximately 70 million years ago. The strata here are the thickest in the world, up to 6 kilometers thick. As the river carves its way ever lower, it leaves the dry upper passages behind it. Meanwhile, in the dry passages, rainwater deposits the dissolved limestone it has collected on its journey through the layers of earth above them. Over the course of millions of years, droplets of water, one after the other, have created breathtaking rock formations known as speleothems.
With the visit of Emperor Francis I of Austria, a local man by the name of Lukacic discovered the inner parts of the cave. "Here is a new world. Here is paradise," he shouted in excitement. The following year, the first parts were created, and the cave was open to visitors.
Word of this wonderful subterranean kingdom spread rapidly around the world, and to date, more than 39 million visitors from all corners of the world come to admire it.
We are sure that you will be enchanted too. Initially, the visit to the cave was on foot. It was a difficult walk as it took several hours to reach this point. Due to the size of the passage,
The speed at which the straws form depends on the intensity of the dripping. The straws are hollow. Due to the great number of cracks on the ceiling, thousands have formed here. We will continue the group tour towards our next point.
this farmer is appetites of the younger generation have already started to grow.
We will continue the group tour towards our next point.
Es gibt auch sogar einen Witz, der auf dem Fest gibt. Also, man sieht ein Stück Landschaft im eigenen Haus zu bauen, verstehen wir so eine Möglichkeit. Oder du zahlst du diese Preis zum Schluss, wenn du aber nicht hast, dann brauchst du noch ein Tier.
Is not always the same. These impurities can change over time. The result is a stripy pattern that is most apparent in thin flowstone curtains. Among the more interesting phenomena in the cave are rimstone pools, little pools of crystal clear water surrounded by a lace-like limestone rim. Rimstone pools form when a thin film of water sliding slowly over an inclined surface reaches a bump which increases aeration and causes calcite to be deposited. A tiny rim or dam is formed, which grows bigger over time. Behind it, a pool slowly forms, in which water starts to collect. And please, never throw coins into the pools, since they rust and pollute the water, in this way endangering the microscopic animals that live in it.
We will continue the group tour towards our next point.
So if this is what hell looks like, it's really not that bad.
No, this is underground heaven.
Underground cave is not hell. Hell's even further down. Okay.
Yeah, slightly further.
This is like purgatory or whatever. I don't know.
Well, yeah.
Oh, this looks like flesh.
Actually does.
Yeah, okay.
Train. This is the most beautiful part of the cave, the brilliant and the pillar next to it. You notice the difference in color? Each other and that depends on the impurities which are in the water. Here.
Did you find one?
Yeah.
right in front of us.
Well, they can
Oh
survive.
yeah.
And it's moving. They're incredible.
Or it's, oh, that
creatures.
thing?
That thingy?
Prehistoric, aren't they?
They're really old.
They've got to be.
Yeah, they're really old. Oh, here's one. Here's another one.
Yep.
Did they have eyes?
No, they're completely
I was
blind.
gonna say.